Right, bwana wakikuuliza mbona unatufagilia sana ambie kwamba sisi ndo wakale wa hizi kazi alafu tulie tukupe burudani la kimapinduzi. Hii ni episode nyingine na mimi ni malenga wa burudani Peter Mokaya. Leo hii kwenye kiti cha moto anaketi rafiki yangu wa muda mrefu tangu mwaka 2018-19 nafikiri. Amewahi kuhudumu kama mtangazaji katika kipindi cha Our Perfect Wedding ndani ya Maisha Magic East. Alikupigia zaidi ya episodes 250 na naamini kwamba aliweza kufurahia kitu ambacho alikuwa anakifanya pale. Aliwahi kuhudumu pia kama M-Pesa lady. Atakuwa anatuambia story hiyo hapa ndani ya kiti cha moto. Lakini pia kitu ambacho ukifahamu ni kwamba aliwahi kusomea sheria ama law katika Pioneer University. Mbona akajipata katika masuala ya utangazaji? Yote hayo ndani ya kiti cha moto. Karibu sana. Leo hii kwenye kiti cha moto anaketi GEORGINA MBIRA. Unakuaje?
Jamani. Cheers to that intro.
Karibu sana.
Wow, thank you. Asante.
Ulifikiria sijui siri zako?
Jamani, my goodness. Zeka tuko nje.
How have you been?
I've been good. Good, yeah.
Niko poa pia. Nakutafuta sana. It's been 2 to 3 years. Finally.
Tugangia jana. Nakwambia leo Kiswahili umepeleka hivi.
By the way, before we even start, many people and most of the places I've seen you go wanakuuliza this bubbly nature of yours. Imetoka wapi? Why are you so bubbly like everywhere you go?
I don't know. I think that's just my personality. I'm a sanguine. I'm an extrovert. I'm a sanguine. I am a lover of life. As in, I don't know. It's just who I am. Really, I have a lot of joy in my heart.
Nice. What of rice? Ndio.
I have a lot of joy in my heart.
Nice. Sasa tukianza mtazamaji wangu angependa kujua kwa ile kamera GEORGINA MBIRA ni nani?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. So my name is GEORGINA MBIRA. Watu wengi wananiita GEORGINA MBIRA, but I'm GEORGINA Njeri MBIRA. Second born of a family of 2. My mom is Josephine Werimo. Na mimi nimetoka Limuru. Like
Kwa baridi.
You know, so a very small village called Kwambira. So ni kama stage, you know, unasema ushukishwe hapo Kwambira. So that's where I come from. Nilisomea Limuru Town Primary School, bado Limuru. Alafu nikasomea Mirithu Secondary School, still in Limuru. Like you could literally walk from my home to school. Ukipata like 2 hours. Yeah, so I am a mother of 2 boys, Kyle and Aiden. Sana watu wanaonanga kwa Instagram. We have a really good time on Instagram.
Yeah, sure.
I am also a wife, and then I am a media personality. Nimekuwa kwenye TV. I'm an event host. Nafanyanga voice overs. Na pia mimi ni commercial model. Na pia nimeingia kwenye uigizaji. Nimeingia kwenye uigizaji. Actress. Nice. And I'm also doing a few things in the PR and communications industry as well.
Good. By the way, I'm one person who's so proud of you. Na nilikwambia because so far nimeona vile ambavyo umepanda, the things you're doing. I'm so proud of you and keep moving. Na unajua when we see people that we know wakisonga pia sisi we learn from them na pia tunajituma zaidi na mambo kama hayo. Sometime back nafikiri if I'm not wrong 2 or 3 years ago yes ulikuwa unajuana na Mungu na pia ulikuwa ndani ya Kristo na mambo kama hayo, but now you came out strong kusema to talk about your connection and relationship with God. Somebody could wonder, does it mean that before then ulikuwa ni mtu ambaye hauko close sana na Mwenyezi Mungu, ama what exactly happened that now made you to come out strong kuongelea mambo ya Mungu na mambo kama hayo?
Well, you know, I've always been tight with God. Like I've always had a personal relationship with God. It's just that mission and kitoroka. Mission I don't put there. Like I've been his prodigal son 6 times, to be honest. It's just that we're living in a world where you actually do have to make a stand, you know, and the more years are going, the more you'll have to make a stand, you know. I'm a lover of Christ, and yeah, sometimes you have to make it known, you know. Atukikosea here, there, everywhere. Oops, it's unfortunate, but it's certainly Siri. I don't know why even that question is coming up like I said. Still Siri. Yeah, I've always been a lover of Christ. Yeah.
Nice. Sijui kama utaniruhusu ni taja jina, lakini kama itakuwa comfortable kwako utaniambia tu tusiongelele hiyo topic. Kevin Karanja. Nilikuwa na cheki nikifanya research yangu kidogo. Mlikutana naye sehemu ambapo alikuwa anafanya kazi baada ya Big Ted kukuchukua wakati ambapo ulikuwa unafanya pale kwenye M-Pesa. Haya mahusiano ya mtu ambaye mnafanya kazi sehemu moja lakini pia mko kwenye mahusiano. Ilikuwaje that experience kukutana naye na pia baadaye kuingia kwenye mahusiano? And what can you say about Kevin Karanja? What kind of husband is he?
First of all, I think so. When I went to the main event company, Big Ted, I was actually there for like less than 2 months. By the way, that was the first time I was fired from a job. Like I didn't have a proper JD. So his friend, also called Kevin, alipata kazi Mombasa, and then he called in now my Kevin to step into that role. So nakumbuka tulikuwa tumetoka like our Monday meeting upstairs, and Big Ted alikuwa ametuambia, you know, be nice to this new accountant. Whatever. So nikashuka tu stairs nikamwona, at first alikuwa na strict, alikuwa
yani ana manage mishahara yenu.
Nikamwambia vile unataka kwenda tao, Kevin alikuwa anakupatia like more money. This one looked like he's going to be giving you exact like no.
Kama ni sombili.
You know? My first impression was like he's very strict. He doesn't look like he jokes around. And then only for because we just got to know each other for a month, and then I left another company, and that's now how we started like pursuing each other. So sasa tulikuwa na uhusiano kwenye kazi. No, I was just there for like a month and a half.
Kwa sababu pia tena ukiwa na uhusiano kwenye kazi unakuta umeanza kuweka focus sana on one side.
Yeah, so that's how we met. Kevin is the most amazing human being there is. If I can describe my husband in many words or just one word, brilliant. You know, he's brilliant, he's kind, he's very funny, my God. He's very funny, he's an amazing father, he's an amazing husband, yes. He's a very private person. Like hatuwezi muona kwenye Instagram yangu at all. Aliniambia, my babe, there's this life of yours and then there's this life of ours. We don't want to be in this one. Let's stay here. Yeah.
But he's okay with kuninina the kids and all
on
social media.
Yeah, come on like me and my Aiden, like me and Aiden tunapenda Instagram sana. For my Kylie, now my firstborn, like I have to ask for permission. Like, babe, do you want to be in my sister's? I'm like,
but then nafaa kuja classes za dance moves. I'm so bad at that.
Sijaribu.
Sitaki kujiaibisha bwana.
I know, but that's the thing. That's the thing about living. You know, you don't have to care if kama utajiembarrass or not.
True.
Yeah, just live in the moment.
You speak so passionately about young girls kutoharakisha kuingia kwa marriage na mambo kama hayo, early marriages, early pregnancies and all that. What is the best age kwa mtu kuingia kwenye marriage, and why exactly do you feel like mtu afai kuingia kwenye marriage akiwa 20, 21? Nama ni kitu ambacho kilikufanyikia that made you now to at least kuambia the young ladies kwamba don't go through the route ambao mimi mwenyewe nilipitia.
Yeah. Being a parent is like this job,
It's not easy.
It's not easy. It is not easy, and this results unakuja kuona baadaye. Unaona? So if you're willing, if you're ready to carry that emotional burden of bringing people into this world and being their steward. Now you don't know anything. It's not like parenting unakwanga na manual ama unasomea. No, you learn along the way. So do you have that mental fortitude to just be a parent at 21? Do you? I doubt it. At 21 you're still a kid.
Sure,
understand? Because I remember even when I got a job, my mom had to take care of my child for almost like a year. You understand? So you're also dragging people into
that time ulikuwa na job? Ulikuwa na job hiyo time?
No. Like when at 22, I think when I was 23, I got a job. Okay. So you know, I have to leave my kid with my mom, and it's fine. Maybe she doesn't mind at that time, but you know, your responsibility is your responsibility. You don't have to keep dragging everybody. True. So it's those kind of things. I would highly suggest that you are mentally, you know, prepared to have a child. Okay, you never are, but you know what I mean. Financially prepared as well, and yeah, like you've put things in place such as, you know, financial measures to make sure that you are able to raise a child the best way possible. Yes.
Let's talk of your kids, huh? I don't know kama ni Eden ama who's good at swimming?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, but mostly Kyle.
I'm talking about that because sometime you spoke about having time with your family. When ulikuwa Maisha Magic tukifanya our perfect wedding, ulizungumzia jinsi ambavyo the work ilikuwa so draining that you couldn't find time to spend with your family.
Yeah.
Mpaka ulikuwa unakuta kwamba sasa watu ndio wanakuambia eti watoto wako ni wazuri kwenye swimming na mambo kama. Na wewe mwenyewe hatojua ni mtoto wangu huyo kweli. So how important is it to spend time na
the early ages between 0 and 5, it's the most important in terms of even brain development and getting to know your children's personality. You need to be there. You need to be there. I hated the fact that already my husband has a really tight schedule, and then now here I am, my entire alafu dunda nilikuwa nimeingiza kwa roho. If I'm not working, I'm probably just somewhere, you know, having fun somewhere with my friends. So I had, you know, partly neglected that side. So for kids to grow up with their nanny, I really don't advocate for that at all. You miss out on so much. You miss out on so many developmental milestones, you know. Because that one broke my heart. He's such a good swimmer, and I've never actually even seen him swim. And they have had competitions in school.
What?
I'm like, yeah. So it's very important, especially in the first 5 years, for a mother and even a father to just be in their children's life. Yes, because that's where you impact all your values, all your value systems. That's where you impact discipline. It's like a tree. You remember when a seedling is growing, hapo ndio unaweka sasa mti so that you lead it how it's supposed to go. Yes.
Sasa nikupeleke Pioneer University. Unajua ni uniloya kabisa.
Yes.
Sasa ningekuwa nakuita yaona. By the way, take us back.
Yeah.
What pushed you kwenda kusomea law?
So I had always wanted to be a pediatrician. Like I had seen myself as, I love kids. Honestly, I think a part of me really loves kids, except the part where I don't like being a teacher. Like, leave me with your kids to touch Elsa, to touch jazz. But also, I wanted to be, you know, just take care of them in a health setup, so a pediatrician. And then I did very poorly in chemistry, like everybody else. Yes, everybody else, whatever.
Hata mimi nilemea. Math, physics, chemistry.
My God.
Bala.
I know. Like,
the only things nilikuwa napita ni languages, na geography na CRE.
I know, na history maybe?
I didn't sikufanya history.
Oh man. So me, mpaka nikapata strategy nisipate E. Because I didn't want to get an E in chemistry. And don't get an E in mathematics. So I found a solution. Nitakwambia later. So when I Maliza High School, I think I had a grace period of a year in 2007. And then I get a letter from Pioneer International College that I've been enrolled for the International Legal Executives degree. I'm like, yeah.
Course fulani ya kutisha kijiji.
I know. So actually the person that really insisted on me going was my grandmother. You know grandmothers. You know, anything that looks like engineering and law and medicine and nini.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Plus, when I now started it, I really got into it. Like, I liked it. I actually did. I was really good at criminal law, by the way. Nilikuwa nilemea ni negligent, law of torts. Mimi sikuwa naelewa ni nini hizo. I don't get it. But I really, really loved criminal law. But unfortunately now, so there was a tussle at that time between my mom and my dad on who's going to pay the fees. Because my brother, PIA, alikuwa ameingia journalism and communications at the same time. We are almost virtual twins. So my mom needed some help. And my dad wasn't in the picture, so akamuingiza hata wewe fanya something. So he paid for a couple of semesters, and then at some point he decided, oops, can't do this for you.
I'm out.
Imagine. So actually that's how I started fending for myself at 19. Yeah, 19? Yeah. You remember when you mentioned me being an M-Pesa girl? Nini. Yeah, I had to start fending for myself. 19 nilikuwa nakula ugali ya mamangu kabisa. Mimi nilikuwa Nairobi hustling, my brother. Yeah.
19.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So umesomea law Pioneer University.
Yeah, so basi sikuweza kumaliza.
Sasa hapa kwa kutangaza umejipataje? Why study law alafu unakuja sasa tena kuchukua kazi za watu wamesomea media, unakuja kuchukua kazi zao tena?
It's the hustle. It's the hustle, man. Like, as in, food had to be put on the table. I had to find my way in the world. As like I always say, those were the cards I was dealt with. I cannot sit down and start wallowing in my sorrow and oh, why God me? Keep moving. So I remember my friends always used to say I have a very beautiful voice. At first, but there are some point I'm like,
No, you do. You do.
I do. Yeah,
Yes.
I do. Say that into your camera over there. Just say to the audience.
She does. She does.
Yes, sir. So I took it seriously. I was like, sometimes you don't know what you have, but when you listen to people around you, you're like, okay, cool. And that's how I started looking for voiceover work. So I used to Google nakatu chini na paper na pen, naandika production companies, naandika majina, the numbers, the email addresses, and then at home I'm still like practicing, you know, and YouTube as well. Like I've learned so many things from YouTube. Like me now, university and YouTube. So
Yeah,
at
YouTube.
this point in time. Yeah, and I started now looking for jobs. I would make phone calls and I'm like, hey, my name is Georgina and I'm a voice artist and this is what I do. Can I come in for a demo? Like that. And I did it for like 6 months without getting any job, my friend.
Wait, 6 months.
Man. Sayo, but I'm still doing M-Pesa job boys. There's a time I was an office administrator. I've actually been an office administrator. I've been an M-Pesa girl for like two times actually. Nimeuza hadi ma movies, nikafanya photocopy.
Zile za kuchoma.
Hey. I was such a pro. Oh my God. I used to do all of those things. At the time, I was in somebody's office and people were talking about sijui wanataka samosa na wajua wanataka samosa wapi. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I make samosas.
Na hujui kutengeneza?
No.
Do you know how to?
YouTube ni nani? Of course I went and learned. The first batch was nonsense. The second one I nikauza. Yeah.
Nice.
So I just had to make things work. So the more I used to, do that, and I also did traveling theatre as well. That's how I got introduced into theatre.
Oh, those guys that used to go to schools.
Yeah, you go to school and then you act out the set.
Let me give you a short story. You know, these guys used to come. Unajua hiyo time sasa ndio kwa around I think from 2, from 3, from 4. So now you're looking forward kuingia kole nini.
Yeah.
Then these nice girls nini. Hey man.
Now we are used to those people now. I used to be those people. I remember this one time we were stuck in Busia. I had to call my mom to just send me fare to come back. You know, because this organization, maybe you go and you hadn't even planned out the schools that you're going to, my friend. Unafika Busia, unaenda kutafuta schools.
Wacha.
Imagine. There's also a time we were stuck in Kisii. I can tell you stories for years. Oh my God, it was bad.
So like you guys, you don't have an official appointment.
No.
We are going to Bungoma. We're going to visit these particular schools.
At times it would be like that, and then at times now we're in it. We're in it, and now we're looking. It was so discouraging for me, but I had to do it. That's what I was dealing with at that time. You understand?
Yeah, sure.
And then now I got some more opportunities with Heartstrings. I did a show there, and I was told. There's one time I was told my voice is so small, I can only be followed by a boom mic. Shock on me years later. Kumbe, it's the truth. So, kwenye harakati za hizo vitu zote, I got to know about auditions. So I used to go for several auditions and get so many rejections, my goodness, to a point where, you know what? You see the way you can read a script, you can read a description, and you know damn well that's not even you, but you're going to show up because it just builds your
confidence,
resilience and you're fine. If you're going to be rejected, it's not me. It's
What's
just
the worst thing
preference.
that can happen?
Exactly, a no is a no. And then also reminding yourself that it's not actually like you're not talented. It's just this industry is preference. Like they actually did prefer this one over this one, not because you're bad, it's because this fits that particular character they're looking for. So those are some of the things that I needed to learn. And then one day, do you know, up until today, I don't even remember how I got to know about that OPW. Paka leo mi sikumbukangi, but I don't know how I got it, but I showed up for the interview. And I didn't get it. I didn't get the first season. The first season went to somebody else. People, I don't know why they imagine that I started that. No. It went to somebody else. And they did it for like a year. And then I got another call for another audition. And then that's how I got it.
They now called you, you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So they must have seen something in you.
I hope so, or not, I don't know.
So, before we talk about what kind of an M-Pesa lady you are.
I was very, I mean, for Big Ted to come and poach me from an M-Pesa shop, I was bloody good at it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Unajua...
I didn't have a titi.
Niweza endo unaambia mtu msichana M-Pesa unataka kutoa 70. 70 bob.
Oh, God.
Anatafuna. Kuna ID.
Kwa ID. Unatoa unaweka.
Baadhi mbona wanakuwa na nini?
I don't know. You know that?
Si kama hataki kazi aende nyumbani.
Ai. Ni aka sense of power. Like I can do what I damn please with your money.
Ni kama nakuuliza utadu?
I know. Utadu. Kama si hapa utaenda place nyingine. I get it though. Yeah, but
nice.
I think I was a good M-Pesa girl.
Good. Let's talk of unajua in a normal life situation, at 19 at 20 mtu bado yupo nyumbani anakaa na wazazi wake, hajaamua kabisa now I want to go settle ama pengine ndo yuko college. Understand? But you from the story nimeona kwamba wazazi umesema baba ukifika 18 alisema basi sasa nyinyi mjitegemee, umekuwa wananchi. Understand?
What I did.
So hiyo experience ya wewe kujipambania, hujamaliza masomo, hujapata kazi nzuri, lakini you have to make ends meet. What did that experience teach you as a person? Ni nini ambacho ulijifunza na kimekusaidia wewe ku go through life mpaka sasa?
The world doesn't owe you anything. The world doesn't owe you anything, by the way. And like I said, if this is life, circumstances are different. Unaona? It would have been very different if you understand? And then I have to go through the world with all its difficulties. That would have been something different. But now, this was out of my control. You understand? And the more you let go of things that you can't control, the better it is for you to handle things. If it is out of your hands, leave it to God. If it is out of control, leave it to God. Do the things that you can control. Can I find a job? Yes. Can I hustle? Yes. Am I able to go for audition? Yes. Do what you are able to do, and then leave the rest to God. So many times, but then nimerusha God handy, by the way. Mimi nilizaliwa. As there's a reason why I'm on this earth. You have to reveal those reasons to me. You understand? And I find so much purpose also in even giving my story, because especially this Gen Z now, I don't know where your timelines are coming from. At Isidri, I get so many DMs. A girl is 22 and she's telling me how depressed she is. Haoni ni kama nasonga na life. I'm like,
anataka kujinyonga.
And I'm like, me, I was breastfeeding. I'm 22. You understand? It's life does not owe you anything. It really does not. Nobody owes you anything. If you have something, if you have a target, do your best to reach it. Yeah, and then understand that life inakuanga hivi. Let me give you an analogy. I heard another time, which really gave me a lot of hope. When you're asking for things to just be okay, I just wish things can be okay. I wish nisikuwe tu na mshida, kila kitu kwa tu hivi. When your heart is beating, see, it does like this. My mama goes like this, right? Picture it as, put it now in the real life ups and downs. That's what keeps you alive. Yeah. Immediately when things are just okay and nothing is happening, you don't have problems, flatline, you're dead. You understand?
Yeah, sure.
Acknowledge that life will be full of difficulties, and also acknowledge that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And when you understand that everybody has a time and season, I feel like you will breeze through life.
Sure.
Yeah. And when things are going wrong, me always say, I may have a few hours of pity party. I may I'll cry. I'll cry.
For real?
Yes.
Lunaka tough lady.
Yeah, me I'll cry. I'll cry. Nakumbuka kuna time there's like a job I had lost a very good deal, and it was a very simple, stupid mistake, not even on my part. You understand? That cost me an entire job. I was at our balcony, and I cried.
Wacha.
Unalia. My husband akakutoka nishikilia. and then you're done. You're done. Get it out of your system. Say that is over. It is no longer in my control. Let's go find another job. You understand?
Sure.
So you guys, a lot of people are just trying to control their lives so much, and honestly, you're not in control. You're not in control. Give control to the one person that can do you well, and that's Christ. That's why me, I love God. Because me, so many times when I'm pushing handy and he's taken care of my life. Yes.
Hujafikiria kujinyonga?
I've done so twice.
Wacha.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Nashuku ni ile time ukiwa 22. That time.
There's that one, and there's that one. And when I was 24, I was 24, 25. Yeah. When I hadn't quite grasped the concept of nobody owes you anything, babe. Yeah.
Haya.
And then stop being too hard on yourself. I can stop being too hard on yourself. Like I said, time and season. Everybody has a season, as in everybody. You'll have a low season and you'll have a high season.
Sure.
Everybody, as in you're not empty out of that. You have a time and season.
Personality ambayo unaionyesha kwenye screens, the very same personality ambayo mtu akikukuta face to face is the same personality ambayo upo nayo. Ukicheka kwenye screens, kwa sababu nimesema because you know you can meet someone umemwona kwenye screen, umemkuta sasa physically umekwenda pale, Georgina mambo tena kwa hapo poa sana, so like what's wrong with this guy?
I can't speak for the rest. It's just that again, I'm a very big advocate of authenticity. Like nobody can be you the way you can be you. You understand? Like you are the best you. You're the best you out there. You know? So I remember even when I was taking up OPW, I was given a laptop to watch the previous episodes, and I was like, no, I can't do this. You know, if I'm going to come and do this show, I'm doing it as me. You know, kama mtanipenda kama mimi.
Mimi kama mimi.
Mkinichukia mtanichukia kama mimi. You know? And then I feel like you have an easier time just being you. You don't have to keep remembering things that you said. No. Yeah, authenticity. And I feel like people also see through you when you're being a fraud. You understand? So it's just easy to be myself. This is who I am. Kama iko, this is what you see. What you see is what you get. Yes. And then also I feel like I was introduced to the audience from a reality show. So and reality shows there's very little acting. So again, what you saw on TV is exactly what you see here. Yeah. So for the rest I can't say. I don't know, maybe they just try to be modest, you know, superstars. I don't know.
Nice. Maisha Maji Kista is such a great deal.
Yeah.
Najua mtu yote, any person can dream to work at that station and all that. Let's talk of how you got yourself at Maisha Maji Kista. And how was the experience working?
Like I said, I just got an interview. I got an audition. I went. The first day I didn't get it. The second day I got it. I remember even my first show was in Rongai. I was thrown under the bus.
Kwa vumbi.
Kwa vumbi.
Na punda huko ndani.
And then I had not watched the show previously. Like,
ulikula keki nyingi sana kwa nini?
Where?
Ulikula keki sana.
Let me tell you, at some point I was 91 kgs.
Wacha.
Guy.
91?
Yes. Eh? And then, you know, it's a very fast-paced kind of jobo. Like, we're not sitting down to have a proper
umekula vanilla hapa, umekwenda hapo, umekula nini?
Ndio nini, ndio kuku, ndio nini. Ai, hizi Max Crisps za barabara tukiwa kwa jam, tunaweza kula majugu. And then yeah. And then I ate at so many weddings. Plus, there wasn't even a lot of time for gym at that time.
Sure.
Yeah. Now that umesema, keki niliacha. Okay, sijacha. In moderation, space in moderation. Everything in moderation. So, I wasn't like necessarily working under Maisha Magic East. So the thing about Perfect Wedding, it was commissioned. Like it's a brainchild of DSTV, Mnet, but then you commission a company, a production company to shoot it for you. So I can't say that I was a direct employee of Maisha Magic East. I was a direct employee of DNR Studios. Yes. So I can only talk about my experience there, which I really don't want to.
When something bad happened.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Okay, sawa. If you're not comfortable talking about it, iko sawa namna hiyo. Sasa I want to know, you did over 250 episodes. Pale Our Perfect Wedding. What kept you waking up each and every morning? Kuenda Rongai, kitoka Rongai unaenda Limuru, kitoka Limuru utaenda sijui wapi Thika. What kept you waking up each and every morning?
Oh my God, I loved it. I loved it. You know, you're literally smack dab in the middle of somebody's
special moment.
Special moment. Like this is, as in it will go down in your books as one of your biggest days. It's either, it's your birthday, it's when you get married, it's when you get kids, it's when you die. As in those are like the biggest moments of your life. And I'm there, you know? I felt very privileged to share those people's stories. And I'm also an empath. I soak in people's energy, you know? What kept me going? Honestly, I feel is that, and I loved sharing their stories. So even so many times when pengine tulikuwa tunaharakishwa, like which we there's a time I was even supposed to film like 3 weddings in a week.
Different weddings?
Yes. And that for me was devastating. That for me, I think that's when I started feeling like I don't think I can do this anymore.
Kama kushoot nini moja ni hectic interview tu ya 40 minutes.
Imagine. So there's a time where we were needed to shoot 3 episodes a week, and that's when now my decline started, because it did not feel personal anymore. It felt like I'm just coming into your house to collect content. We go edit, we put it on air.
Adios.
Yeah, like up until today, I still are friends with the couples that I interviewed. Awa mwisho hata siwezi wakumbuka. Because it just felt like
you didn't connect.
I didn't. I don't have time. Like here I am with couple A in the morning. Then I have to meet a whole new couple, start a whole new episode. Then I have to pick up the other one. There's one time, oh my God, I was in 2 weddings on the same day.
What?
Yes. 2 weddings on the same day. So I have to leave these guys going to the reception. I have to change my makeup, change my clothes so that I can go and start a whole new episode this other side.
Man,
it's really
and people don't see the struggles.
People don't see the struggle. I remember there's one episode where we had to make it look like it is in the morning, like I've come to check up on you in the morning. So we had to say it's 5 a.m. It really wasn't. It was 10 p.m. Muko. So that also took away from me. I felt, I know I can't be an actress. You know? And if there's one thing, I just don't like feeling like a fraud. Like even when I feel like a fraud, one way or another, I think I'll still admit it. That really made me feel bad. I felt harakishwa. I felt my personal touch is not there anymore, and also my audience was very keen to notice. And hey, your episode will gonna come choker. You know, that when that personal touch started portraying, and I really expressed myself so much to my producers, but nothing was happening. It looked like all I'm doing is complaining. That's the part where
like wanatoka kuuliza msichana, utaki pesa?
Imagine. That's I'm like, it's okay. It's fine. If I'm not giving 100%, there's really no point of doing it. And I felt that I was functioning at 60, at 50%. No.
You're not giving your best.
I'm not giving my best. I can't.
Nice. So when did you leave Nini Perfect Wedding?
My goodness.
2018.
I resigned in February.
2019.
Yeah,
2019.
I resigned in 2019.
Because I think we met probably, was it April 29th? No, it wasn't April. Huko September, August.
Yeah.
Huko.
Yeah.
By that time when we were meeting, ulikuwa.
Did we go to Kokito with you?
Yes, Kokito, this restaurant up, I think Nation Center.
Kimathi Street, yeah. And you were late. He was late.
Did you have to?
He was late.
Did you have to?
I waited.
No, by that time, tulikuwa na some sports show hapa KTN. So, I think we started late. And now traffic nini by the time I'm there,
Yeah.
So, that time, I think tulikuwa umetoka, you had some pressure, nini, now what next, nini. I even remember each and every time we were talking, nilikuwa nakwambia, Gina, I'm praying for you, but then I do. Up to now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I pray for you and everything will make sense someday. And I remember you took a break from mainstream, TV, online, and all that. Paka sometime I think you went off social media
I did.
at some point.
Also
yes.
for like 9 months.
That period, you took a break. What did you learn? And what did you learn to do differently now when you came back?
One thing is, I need to be my self-talk. I was so harsh on myself. Oh my God. Like the world is already harsh and then here you are being worse on yourself. I just learned to be kinder to myself. I think I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest critic, and it has been good and bad. I think I'm able to do this and this and this. I just did not give myself enough grace. You understand? Because even after I left the show and there's so many things I wanted to do, I shot like 3 pilots of different shows, and they did not go too well. I felt like I didn't partner with the right people. They didn't quite grasp my concept. The delivery was completely off. Here I am now beating myself down again. Oh, you've wasted so much time and money. Also that feeling of you were doing so well, so I'm sure there are people that are going to pick you up for shows. That does not happen. So you start beating yourself up. I wasn't that good. What am I like? You know, oh my God.
Kwani watu wanijui?
It was a mess. I was in depression, honestly. You know the kind of depression where you're not getting out of bed the entire day. You haven't even brushed your teeth. You haven't brushed your teeth. Like you can see your bedroom is gathering dust, but you don't even have the strength to even sweep it. It was that kind of depression. Until I just found, again, this is why I really love God. I found my worth in Christ. You know, without the titles, Georgina and Nani, do you know I'm still so loved by Christ just the way I am? You know, with TV, without TV, I'm still adored so much by my children. My husband thinks I'm the ish. You understand? So without all of that, I had to find myself first, without the titles. And I feel a lot of people have placed their value on their productivity, placed their value on their work, on their job titles. But when that is completely stripped from you, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Without the titles and all
Without the
that.
title, who are you? I am the still bubbly, optimistic, courageous, bold, beautiful woman that God made me to be. Yes.
That's so powerful, eh?
Yeah.
So, you are so passionate about being on TV.
I was not passionate about being on TV. I found myself on TV.
Okay.
I was passionate about being on radio. Oh my
For real?
God. Yes.
Imagine all this time mimi nimekuwa nikidhani you passionate being on TV kuliko nini on radio. For real?
My first love was radio.
The same case to me, by the way. I'm so comfortable on radio.
Yeah.
And like there's just something about me being on radio. There's just some freedom when you're on radio. Just be you.
Yeah.
You understand? Huh?
Yeah.
So, kumbe, I've been thinking about the wrong thing, basi.
Not really. It's like I said. That's why I'm telling you. You think you're in control of your life, but you're not. You're actually not.
True.
Because I always wanted to be a radio presenter. I even went to several auditions. I've even gone for Capital. Because I remember the one time I was actually this close to getting into Capital.
For real?
Yes. Kumbe email ilitumwa kitambo. Georgina kwa wapi?
Watu hujaangalia.
Georgina kwa hospitali akipata nani? Second born.
Hajaangalia email.
Hajaangalia hivyo? Oh my God. Yeah, but it's fine. I don't mind because I feel like, again, God knows. Yeye ndio amekuumba. Anajua your little quirks. Anajua your little nini. Hapa ndio uta thrive.
True.
Yeah.
But then you talked of wewe kuingia kwa mambo ya acting nini, fashion and all that. Have you gone now into it full force?
I'm actually really trying. Currently, I'm on a series. I have a small role in the series called Q on Star Time.
But then you told me about that.
Yeah. I'm finding it really interesting. I love, for me, as in life is all about, it's a learning process. Like I just want to gather everything. Like even PR and communications, like a friend of mine owns a company. I just go there. If you need me for a project, let me come, let me learn, let me deliver. So also acting has been that thing for me. I just want to be on set. I want to see how things work. I want to see if I can actually deliver a role and do it well. Yes.
Nice. Usijali, director wangu hapo ananipa instructions kidogo. Yeah, but it's cool. Big Ted, ningependa tumzungumzie. Yes, I know you touched a little bit kumuhusu. Ulisema kwamba nilikuwa nasikia kuna story ulipeana ukisema kwamba the time you work at the main event company for 2 months and then you were laid off. Ilikuwa ni the sister to Big Ted.
Yeah, that fired me.
Yeah. What happened?
That was so devastating because I remember I did get in touch with him later and we had coffee in his office and I asked him, what was that? How can you poach me from a shop?
Then you
and then
lay me off
and
for
then
2
you lay
months.
me off, not even personally, through your sister. And then, like I said, you need to really accord people grace because at that time he was going through the most at that time because he does not even remember that happening. Because not caught him, like he was speaking on something on Instagram, but for me it was so off. He was like, "Apana, apa umedanganyana? No, I don't know you like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Because my experience with you, vis-a-vis what you're saying, totally two different things, and that's how I DM'd him, and he was like, "I know, we need to sit down." So at that time he told me he didn't give me a proper JD. Because to be honest, I can't tell you for real what I was doing
exactly?
there. Because the biggest project I did was the under-13 Telcom football team, football tournament. Like I was able to organize that and it went very well.
Nice.
So now for me to get fired after that, it was a shocker.
After your big achievement, first event.
Maze. And my employers, mpaka wa leo, as in, I always have good rapport. So for me to get fired was so devastating. And then at that age, I'm like, what did I do wrong? Yeah, it did quite a number on my self-confidence. But you gotta pull yourself up. Yeah, I have nothing against Big Ted. We always meet in concerts. He's an amazing guy.
You've talked of having a good rapport with your employers and all that. Do you believe, unajua kuna there's kinds of people kama wamewakina na certain organization, wakishatoka wewe kwenda bwana hata huko nisaidia, the band bridges, you understand? What kind of a person are you? Ni yule ambaye ukishatoka ndo hivyo tumemalizana, ama ni yule mtu ambaye unaangalia the future because you might find yourself in the same place, maybe at a higher position and all that? How does Georgina MBIRA work?
I try my best never to burn bridges. But sometimes I feel like in my last job, it was a very emotional exit. It was a very emotional. For me, it was a very emotional exit. I remember even emailing my former boss, Eugene, just trying to explain. I don't know what space I was in when I was living our perfect wedding. And then I was feeling some form of betrayal also from a producer and things that were said at that time that were somewhat inaccurate, you understand? And then I didn't feel like I was given a chance to explain my side of the story, you know? So I left OPW with people not getting to hear my side of the story. And then I'm always like, I don't even have that energy to sanitize my name. Let's keep it moving. But maybe I could have left better, but it was a very emotional exit. Yeah, so I'm not very sure. He had sent me an email and said, you know, he would hope we work together, but I'm not very sure if it was genuine.
But could you go back? You had a chance?
If
you had that chance going back?
I think that's a mountain that I've already conquered. Yeah, onwards and upwards.
Nice. This one also, it's a very sensitive thing. I don't know if you would be comfortable talking about it. You mentioned it, I think, when was it? 2 or 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
That time you, was it posting at the trend, NTV. You talked of an experience where, should I mention her name?
That's the thing about you journalists. If you listen to, so I was actually talking about my experience, like when you meet people and you get a different reception from what you had hoped to get. I didn't mention any names, but everybody just put 2 and 2 together and decided it's that person. Congratulations, well done, yay.
But was it not?
And I remember, yes, it was.
Okay.
And it even got to BNN. I even got to BNN. Yeah.
So
I got to
you were
BNN.
served as tea.
Yeah, I was served as tea on BNN. There's some YouTube channels that had the worst headlines. I'm like, what is going on? You know, but I understand you guys have to make content. Yes, I had a bad experience with somebody that I'd looked up to. But again, it's expectations versus reality. That's why I feel like you should really lower your expectations when you meet people that you look up to. You understand? Lower your expectations. It's the way people keep saying never meet your crush. You know? But they never meet your crush. Yeah. So lower your expectations. I guess mine were just crushed. Yeah. And I was not giving my experience to ruin her name in any way. You know, I didn't even get to mention her name. I was just talking out of experience. You see the way, like I share a lot on my Insta stories. You know, I think my friends keep telling me sometimes I forget I'm in the limelight. You know, because I don't share things out of malice. I don't share things out of clout. Even when it was picked up by BNN, I was like, oh yeah, I have to keep reminding myself. Maybe I'm not just that ordinary person. You understand? Because it was not out of malice. It was not out of malice in any way. I was actually just giving my experience. Yes, but then there are people out there, you see, yeah.
Because you are after that experience, there are people who looked up to her. They were like, oh, if this is what she does, then
I mean, it would be unfortunate for you to now take my word for it, you know, because again, if you just can't go picking enemies because somebody has decided. Have that experience for yourself.
April, I think from January, February to April. I remember I was interning at Radio Africa every morning. Nikienda msichana hapa juu kwa billboard kama namjua. Then I'm like, labda someone tu anafanana. Tena nikirudi jioni with my friends, I'm like, bro. See, but then mpaka I used to get on my phone na wanyesha. Uko sure si huyu?
Right.
I'm like, So this one day I remember I just texted him, are you the one? I said, yes. And I was like, man, I'm so proud. That billboard yako ya sabuni ya, is it Menengai? Man, you know, it's not easy kufika kwa billboard. Ile siku mimi nitajiona tu niko hapo. It's such a big deal, huh? I want to know.
That's cool.
How the experience and how did you feel after putting in the hard work through the years? Then finally this achievement, because I know literally every person in the art space and the celebs and all that wanataka one day pia kujiona advertising some brand and all that. How did that make you feel? Are you proud of the hard work that you...
It's so crazy because it's so interesting how, you know, from the outside looking in, you would imagine you're seeing the glam and everything. And for me, I just went I actually didn't go on an audition. I was just called in. I was just called in. to just get those pictures done and everything. And then 2 months later, I'm just seeing billboards everywhere, like the entire country. Like I'm getting phone calls here, people sending pictures. It was kind of cool, but for me it was just another day at work.
Mimi siwezi lala wiki tatu bwana. No, now that time I could fast. Your time never.
Oh my god! For me it was just another day. It was just another day at work. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was cool. But it was just another day at work. Yeah.
Nice. By the way,
you get that one, you go looking for more auditions. Yeah.
Nice. I'm so proud of you. By the way,
Thank you.
Looking back, like since ever I knew you, and now getting to engage to you one-on-one, you've been that one person who's so consistent and always telling me never stop. There is kuna nini yako nilikuwa napenda kwa WhatsApp nasema don't conform. How does that?
Oh yeah, it's been my status forever.
For a very long time.
Do not conform.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
But that thing usually every time I used to look
you
at
keep
it,
checking it.
it's so powerful. By
know
the
your worth. Do not settle.
Do not conform.
Do not conform.
Nice. That one. Yes, it's something so powerful na imesaidia wengi pia kusukuma kujua mtu that there is so much that you can do and there is so much that you can achieve.
You don't know how much you inspire me. Like I remember we had this conversation and then here you are with your whole entire YouTube channel. Like really.
Funny thing.
And the interns that you went, the internships that you followed up on. My God.
I know that time we were talking. You remember when you were at Kokito, I told you I really wanted to meet Jalango and Mwakideu so bad.
Yeah.
Then you told me, just go.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
You can't believe that. Was it the following week? I had to, I don't know how it happened. I think it should turn around September, November, was it December? January.
Yes.
Trust you me.
Yes.
I met with him. Like that spirit uniambia usingoje eti sasa eti mtu akuintroduce kwake. Just go.
Let's go.
Understand?
You have all it takes.
That's one thing I really appreciate. Let's talk of you doing voiceovers for like 1 year. Bila kupata do kabisa, without it making sense kwamba this is something that I can depend on and naweza niletea chakula kwenye meza. How did that experience make you feel that you're giving your best? You know you're good at this, but then what you're giving does not reflect what you're getting back. And do you think voiceovers is something that one can fully depend on? Like now mimi kazi yangu ni kufanya voiceovers and I can live comfortably doing that.
You actually can, especially these people that have even home studios. Like you can record and edit and come up with concepts and you have your whole repertoire of clients. You can actually make a living. You can make a living out of voice acting. It's a thing. It's a thing. And then like we're having productions come into Kenya, like Super Summer, you know. That's something I'd also want to voice for. Oh my God, from God's mouth to my heart. Thank you. This day, see, from my mouth to God's ears.
From God's
faith
mouth?
is coming down now.
Oh, nice,
it is now what
nice,
God
nice.
says you do. Yes. Of course, it was challenging, but then again, my philosophy, as in, if there's one thing I know, time and place, season, it'll come to. And my mom always used to teach me about. It is actually very logical. Faith is very logical. Faith is not kujiambia ama kujidanganya. It is very, very practical, because when you put a seed in soil and you water it, it's tomorrow morning you're not going to wake up and find a shoot. That's a lie. I mean, let's just be practical. It's gonna take a couple of weeks. It's gonna take a couple of months. It's gonna take a while. Understand? So it's the same thing. It's a concept of sowing and harvesting. So I've done my sowing. I've called all of those people. I've taken all my demos. Oh my God! So I've called everyone. You understand? So that's my sowing, and it is a matter of time before I harvest. So what you now need to work on is the patience part. So what are you doing when you're waiting? What are you doing in your waiting season? Are you complaining? Are you, oh my God, me, you're not seeing me. Oh my God, me, naona unafanyia wenzangu.
Kwani Mungu mimi nilikufanyia?
Kwani Mungu alikufanyia nini? Kwani what am I doing wrong? It's the waiting. It is the waiting that builds your character. It is in the waiting that builds your faith. It is in the waiting.
Like the patience of her to do this interview.
Yes. And then exactly. And you know, and then at the end of the day, even for me to come and give you my life story, for it is a testimony.
Yeah.
And who's getting the glory?
God.
Exactly. So he'll still come through for you, because at the end of the day, all the glory will just go back to him. Yes.
Let's talk about.
But yeah, I cried. I cried. So many times I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And my mom is like, Sherry, it's okay. Ngangana too. I tell you, have to imagine. Don't ignore the crying part. If you want to cry, cry. Be by yourself.
But then I cry. Like
Be by yourself. You cry, right?
A lot.
Exactly.
A lot.
Just cry. Let it all out, and then go back to the grind. Yeah.
But then Jerry na maanisha nini, like
Ushera kila mahali hakuanga everywhere. Atulianga.
Ndio maana tunakuona mara huko kwa PR huko kwa nini.
Okay.
That name fits. Nimeona sasa.
Everywhere.
Yeah. I've hosted a few people in the media industry. People ambao wameketi mahali ambapo wameketi, and I've talked to them about digital space and
these guys I watch on YouTube, Young Philly and Akina Sidemen. These people started creating content kitambo. So by the time us guys are discovering them and we're actually liking them, we are binge watching because they had already made so much content. You know? So keep creating content that is also very authentic to you. You have to stay true to yourself. Like I said, we are able to see through people. Tunaona una stress, tunaona una force. Achana na maneno. So stay true to you, and then always know that there are always people for you. There's always a niche for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice. Asante sana kwa kuja, but before we wind up, I want you to Alana fika naangalia camera, talk to the girl child and talk to everyone looking up to you. Anasema someday I would want to go through the path ambayo Georgina amepitia. They want to do something similar to what Georgina is doing. Talk to him, talk to her, give him or her a word of motivation ili azidi kujisukuma mbele.
Okay. First of all, you are right where you need to be. Okay, time is a concept. Fine. Do not be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. You're going to miss out on life when you're trying to make a life. You understand? Take your time, find something that you're passionate in, put in all your effort in it and your time, and you're going to reap the benefits. Please stay in your lane, as in stay in your lane. I always say, the crossing line, the finish line is the same for everybody. And also the starting line is the same for everybody. Hapo katikati sasa ndio shida iko. Yeah? But si shida, because you are made to be a sprinter, somebody else is a marathoner. Those two people cannot compete, but they're still champions in their own right. Okay, so if you're able to do a 1500 meter race and you're exceptionally good at it, you stick to that lane. Whether you just stick to your lane. Sawa. Remember that God loves you in everything. I pray that you can always put him before, because that's something I've learned also the hard way. I've tried so many things by myself, my God, and I realized I've wasted so much time. So maybe keep conferring, maybe keep talking to him and let him, lead your path. Yeah. I'm excited to see what you do for yourselves this year. If you look up to me, yay, thanks. Oh my God, it's so depressing. And I'm grateful. Bigger, better things to come.